lose in all right now. Everything's gone. Ambition and no expectations at all. It's a new kind of tension. Somehow it seems so right. The only thing I really know is that I don't know a thing. The only sign that I hear now is the silence when I sing. The only sight my eyes can see is the darkness of my dream. This is how I'm born to be. I'd be perfectly fine if I stay this way forever. Nothing on my mind, and I've never felt better. Darkness of my dream. This is how I'm born to be. This is how I'm born to be. Empty. I'm raising the veil between me and my God. No separation, no distance at all. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil between me and my God. No separation, no distance at all. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. I want to know you. want to hear you. Oh, God, I'm raising the veil. I want to feel you. Oh, God, I'm raising the veil. I want to praise you. Oh, God, I'm raising the veil. I want to love you. Oh, God, I'm raising the veil. Between me and my God, no separation, no distance at all. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. Raising the veil. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision. My decision. Right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive.
Welcome to Unity, where love is felt, truth is taught, lives are transformed, and all is well as we express the Christ within.
So for our opening song, I thought we'd do a version of the Joy Chant, which is a lot of fun because I can change the words to fit whatever the occasion is. So if you want to stand up and clap along, sing along, this is the one that has a call and answer on every verse. And the chorus is always the same. The chorus is the one that goes, all of the joy and the love come and into my life today. All of the joy and the love come into my life today. And that's it, those 2 lines, all right? That's it. All right, so here we go. I also call this Spirit of Spring. I wake up and the sun is shining, makes the world look bright, and all of the joy and the love come into my life today. Outside my window, birds are singing, singing with all their might, and all of the joy and the love come into my life today. All of the joy and the love come into my life today. All of the joy and the love come into my life today. There is no need for fear or sorrow. Nothing, everything is love. And all of the joy and the love come into my life today. It all will be made clear tomorrow by the stars above. And all of the joy and the love come into my life today. All of the joy and the love come into my life today. All of the joy and the love come into my life today. My heart is full, my eyes are open, everything is new. And all of the joy and the love come into my life today. There's just one power, just one presence, only love is true. And all of the joy and the love come into my life today. All of the joy and the love come into my life today. All of the joy and the love come into my life today. One more time. All of the joy and the love come into my life today. Affirm it. All of the joy and the love come into my life today. Beginning, come into my life today. Come into my life today. Come into my life today. And so it is. Good job.
Yes, thank you, Kathy. We're live, alert, awake, and ready. So, Reverend LUT Carla Palmer, would you come forward and pray our service in this morning?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ann. Just want to make a little mention. I put my phone up here so I wouldn't forget. Can everybody silence their phone? If you're a Star Trekkie like me, it'd be set your phasers to just stun, but not ring, okay? Okay. Thank you. So let's, whew. It's hot. So let's just take a nice breath together. Get ourselves aligned in this beautiful morning. Breathing in, feeling that energy from the heart space. Feeling that love that's in this room. And just breathing in and know that divine love speaks through each and every one of us. So we can actually say divine love speaks through me. Let's just say that together. Divine love speaks through me, and I am so grateful. And so we take this time to use our faculty of imagination to look at the whole world, our globe, our earth, and just to see peace happening, waging peace in this world. And we send out our love and our gratitude for all of those who are helping refugees, for all of those who are saying, I've got you, I'm here for you. I'm here to help you. And for all those people in the Ukraine and in Russia, we bless them. Let's just send this out. Divine mind speaks through me. Say it again. Divine mind speaks through me, and I see this peace. And these people that are looking for the light. And so we send our light. Divine light shines through me. Let's say that together. Divine light shines through me. I am that energy of light. I am photons going out into the world, waging peace, sending the light to all of those who feel that they're in darkness. Our theme for today is fear not, for behold. And so we will be able to go deeper into this today. And we are here together in one divine mind, sending this energy out all over the globe. And so it is in gratitude. Amen.
Is there anyone here today for the very first time? We'd like to recognize you and welcome you. Yes, and our prayer chaplain, Jackie, will bring you a welcome packet, and we'd love to chat with you and get to know you a little better after the service in the gathering room. Welcome. So, welcome. So my name is Ann Young, and I get to be the Sunday service leader for today. And so I just want to welcome all of you, those of you that are sitting right here in front of me with your protoplasm with you, and all those who are joining us virtually through YouTube, Facebook, and Zoom. Carla prayed that our light and our energy would be a force for good and peace and comfort and support to people everywhere. And that energy is the same energy that unites us, whether we're sitting in the same room or whether we're watching from another venue. So, unity, oneness. Thank you for being part of that. So today we have lots of people doing lots of things as usual. So you already had a wonderful prayer from our licensed unity teacher and today's speaker, Carla Palmer. You've already had music and percussion with Kathy DeWitt, our music leader for today. Jackie Tatum is our prayer chaplain, prayer partner on duty. She's been holding sacred space before the service started. So if you walked in and you felt something, thank you, Jackie. And she is very willing to pray with you one-on-one in this room right here. We call it the library. You just go right past the kitchen and it's right there. So if the door's closed, it has a sign that says, "We're praying, we'll be right with you. Don't go away, she'll be right with you." So great. Let's see, we've got Gabe, and who else is with you back there on the... Oh, Steve Greeno. Okay, so thank you for all your service to make this Sunday morning at Unity of Gainesville wonderful. So, some announcements. Spring is upon us. It doesn't say that on the calendar yet, but you know where we live, it's spring already. So, Steve Greeno, our sexton, and among a lot of other things, is proposing a series of outdoor work parties. And we know we got to get this done soon because it's going to get hot out there quick now. So the first one's going to be on March 19th from 8 to 1, 8 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon. A scrumptious lunch will be provided. So come and work and eat. And if you want to know more, and there will be other dates coming up. So if you want to know anything about that, you know Steve, he's right back there. Catch him after the service, or if you don't catch him, see me, I'll give you his phone number. You can call him. So let's see, and another exciting announcement is our hair guru, her son, is doing haircuts this afternoon, today, right after the service, right? Yes. Yeah. So he does it for free, but he asks you to make a $15 donation to the church. He is a longtime professional. He's now semi-retired, and this is his way of giving back to the church. So there are a few people here that are sporting his work, and so if you see somebody that looks really good, it's probably her son. So let's see. Now, I think after I do, Barbara Gordon is going to read the daily word for us. Here she comes.
The daily word for today is glory. My life celebrates the glory of God. And the scripture is from Galatians 2:20. And it is no longer I who live, but it is Christ who lives in me. And the daily word, glory fills the world with wonder when I attune my senses to it. I hear it in the sound of waves crashing on a beach and in the resonant harmony of a choir. I see it in sunrises and sunsets, in the beauty of gardens, mountains, and forests, and in the eyes of parents holding their newborn child. I feel glory in the depths of my being at those moments when I understand my life as God's life, living as me. There is no place where my human self ends and the divine presence in me begins. God and I are one. The glory of God is revealed in me as I release the thought that I am only human. God's glory shines through me as the divine presence, the Christ, expressing in my healthy body, my insightful mind, and my loving heart. And once again, my life celebrates the glory of God.
So this is a song written by Jana Stanfield. She's amazing and wonderful person that I've been fortunate to be with many times at the Posse Music Festivals and such. And I think a lot of you know at least the chorus to this song, if not the whole thing. So we might actually use this more during this month. This theme is Fear Not, because the title of the song is If I Were Brave. Feel free to sing along. Hopefully we'll be able to get it going. What would I do if I knew that I could not fail? If I believed would the wind always fill up my sails? How far would I go? What could I achieve? Trusting the hero in me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where fools and dreamers dare to tread, and never give up. What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What if we're all meant to do what we secretly dream? What would you do if you knew you could have anything? Like the mighty oak sleeps in the heart of a seed, are there miracles in you and me? If I were brave, I'd walk the racer's edge, where fools and dreamers dare to tread. Never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? If I were brave, what would I do today? If I refused to listen to a voice of fear, with the voice of courage whisper in my ear. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where fools and dreamers dare to tread, and never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What will we do today now that we're brave? What will you do today? You are so brave. We all are so brave. Yes, we are brave. We are brave. We are brave. Thank you.
What would I do today if I were brave? I'd be right here. Wow, I love that. That just went perfectly with the talk, and I was just verklempt again, as I get when I hear you sing right before I speak. Well, we had a week last week, didn't we? And in the middle of last week, what happened? It was Ash Wednesday. It was the beginning of Lent. And what did you give up for Lent? You know, in unity, we don't give, I mean, we would never give up chocolate. We would never, no. So what we give up in unity is we give up doing something that is really irritating our soul, if you want to get technical about it. And so we give up maybe just wanting to say that one little gossipy thing, or that one little snide remark about something. Or maybe we give up beating on ourselves. Okay? I can't do this. I can't, I've tried, and all of that self-talk, maybe we give that up. And so let's just think of something. Maybe we can do that in the meditation. We'll just think of something that we can give up or give over for, letting Spirit handle some things instead of thinking we have to do it all the time. So that's not in the talk. I just wanted to make sure I was covering all the bases here because of this. So thank you so much for praying this morning. I felt the energy in the room. And by the way, you all are so beautiful. And when I get up here and look at you, I just, You know, the energy is very powerful. So thank you for that. So we started off this year, the year of spiritual evolution. I become my spiritual potential. Ooh, that's big. That's really big stuff. Fully human and fully divine. And so we've had, what was the first one? Letting go, right, Kathy? Then we had forgiveness, and now we have fear. And I say it like that because I can't really think of a happy way to say fear. Oh, it's so nice. You know, it's just not, that isn't working it. That isn't working for me. And so the affirmation is, I manage fear by looking within for guidance. Okay? And so I look within for guidance and trust it. So can we say that together? I look within for guidance and trust it. Yeah, that's the big deal. So I did some research, as you know I do these things. And I also want to talk about this, the revealing word. And I'll read from the revealing word, but we've got 3 copies of this in the bookstore. And I would just suggest that if you are into dream management, if you are into wanting to know, you know, just like different things like just at random, realm, spiritual realm, the higher realm of consciousness built in accordance with the Christ idea. Okay, so these are like words you can look up that you might see in Scripture, wonder what that means, and then you can look these up. So we've got 3 of these books in the bookstore, and I just wanted you to know where I get some of my ideas for metaphysical interpretation of different things. And so, for instance, Lord, whenever you see Lord in the Bible, it means the indwelling Christ. It means that indwellingness, your divinity. Still, I haven't gotten into my talk yet, but just so I just want you guys to know that I'm not the only. I look these things up, you know. So you can do it too. You don't have to be like. So what's fear? First thing I do is I go to the revealing word, and when I'm doing my research, and I go, okay, we're gonna deal with fear, and I want to work with that, and I want to get some background information on that, right? And so here is what Webster says. He says, Webster Dictionary says, painful emotion marked by alarm, dread, and disquiet. Okay, so you've felt that, haven't you? Everybody's felt that fear. And here's what the revealing word says. Fear is one of the most subtle and destructive errors that the human mind experiences. Destructive. Fear is a paralyzer of mental action. You can't think. It weakens both mind and body. When you walk around in fear all the time, your body shows it. You get like this, you know. And so fear blinds us and hides the mighty spiritual forces that we always have with us. Blessed are those who deny ignorance and fear and affirm the presence and power of spirit. And so that's what that says, the revealing word about fear. So psychology says it's something out of your control. When things get out of your control, you start getting fearful because you don't know what to do. And mainly, when things get out of control, it's because you want to control, right? You want to control a situation. And so you want a certain outcome. And that's where bravery comes in too. You start out on something expecting a certain outcome. You're brave. You're brave to do that because really brave people know that they can't guarantee an outcome, but they have to do it anyway from their heart. Yeah. So anyway, When we want to control an outcome, we start getting fear. A Course in Miracle calls fears an illusion. It's not real. It's not real. So look at the 23rd Psalm, and I'm just going to say, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. What's the next line? Thank you. Good, good. For thou art with me. Right. The writer of that psalm said, I know I'm not alone. And then I add my 2 cents worth to it. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I do not pitch a tent and try to live there. Right? No, thank you. Sometimes we feel powerless when we try to overcome fear and we try to control. We feel powerless. But Reverend Linda Martella Whitsitt, who, I don't know if we have any of those books. I'm really plugging the bookstore today. I don't know if we have any of those books in the bookstore that she's done. But we do. Thank you, Barbara. And she says, by the way, she's the director of Silent Unity. Her outfit puts out the Daily Word. She's in charge of all of the people that pray with you when you call Silent Unity. And all that. And here's what this sweet lady says. When you have a feeling of powerlessness, remember that is impossible. That's impossible, to be powerless. Now, those of you who weren't with us last year when we did what? What did we do every month? 12 the 12 powers. And these are our superpowers. These are things that we have that are innate to us. And we can use them or not use them. We can use them for beneficial things, or we can use them against anything beneficial too. So we get to choose how we use those powers. But she says, remember, that is impossible, to be powerless. So when you look at what's happening in the world today and you say, oh, I don't have any power to do anything about this, and yet I feel afraid. Well, that isn't true. You have you have more than those 12 powers at your disposal. They are spiritual. What this world needs right now is that spiritual power focused like a laser beam, and light. Prayer travels faster than the speed of light, you guys. And today, when I could feel this energy in this room, I knew it was working. I knew, because you could feel it. And thank you. Thank you again for that. So, why is that impossible? Because of the 12 powers that we have. Just stop and remember who you are. Just stop and remember when you feel fear. I remember that I have these powers. I'm going to go look them up. Look them up in the Revealing Word. Look them up in the 12 Powers book. Read a little bit more about it, how I can help in this situation. Although your ego may think differently, and sometimes you're freaking out, Just realize that happens. But you have these superpowers. Fear is one of the most subtle and destructive errors that a human mind can experience. So fear is an error thought. It's not true, and it doesn't exist. Mind errors, thoughts come before feelings, maybe in a nanosecond, causing pain and suffering, emotional pain and suffering, sometimes physical. Instead of saying to somebody, oh, don't feel scared, don't be scared, think about this. And don't say that to yourself either. Think about this. What is the error in my thinking here? Okay? When you feel scared. Where is the error? Have you gotten those things on Facebook or something, and it's a thing with all these letters all over, and they say, how many seconds does it take you to find the M? You know, and you're looking, and well, it's sort of like that. What's the error thought here? What's the error thought? And I'll tell you more about that. So once found and brought back to truth, there is transformation of that thought. You transform it. The indwelling Christ that you are transforms that thought. What was I thinking that isn't true? And believe me, it will come to you. So when I get to this point, I think of the parable of the lost sheep. And there are a lot of paintings of someone who, the artist thinks would look like Jesus. Transformation of that lamb kind of draped around his shoulders
transform
like
it.
that. You've seen some of these.
The indwelling
these paintings.
Christ.
This is
that
from
you
a story
are.
in the 18th chapter of Matthew. And so in it, he says, it's like, and people are always asking him, what's the kingdom of heaven like? And he keeps explaining it in so many different ways. And we have to do that because everybody learns in different ways, right? And so he says, it's like this shepherd has 99 sheep, has 100 sheep, but one of them has gone astray. And he leaves the 99, and he goes and he finds the errant sheep. Okay? And metaphysically, looking it up in here, sheep means thoughts. And animals in the Bible mean certain thoughts or states of consciousness. A city, for instance, or a country is a state of consciousness. And don't you say things like, oh, well, the French are like that. Or we say, oh, well, this is Gainesville. We know it's a state of consciousness. So anyway, sheep are thoughts. And so he says they rejoiced when the one errant sheep is brought back into the fold. It's the one idea that was in this group that was in error. Does that make sense? And so you've got these beautiful thoughts. You come to unity. You're lifted up. You feel buoyed and inspired and everything. And then something happens and they cut you off in traffic, and then you're a whole different person, again. So it's an errant thought. It's like, and then you just pull that sheep back in. And when you pull that thought that you had, that guy was an XYZ kind of thing, then, or girl, whatever, and then you have transformed this thought. You see how easy that is? I've been transformed by that story. And so now when I feel fear and emotional discomfort, known to me as great pain or freaking out, when I can calm down in prayer and meditation, it doesn't happen immediately. And then maybe write down what it is that I'm upset about, what's bothering me. And then I can see it there on paper. There's something about that eye-hand coordinating thing. I look for the errant thought in meditation. What do I think that isn't true? What do I think about this situation that is not true? Where did I assume something was true? And so it comes back into consciousness, and you get this aha experience. Oh, I see. I thought everybody was supposed to be logical. I was assuming, right? Something like that. So it's brought back into consciousness, and it's energetically transformed immediately as soon as you're aware of it. Your awareness does it for you. And then the parable says that all this great rejoicing happens, and I thought, this is a lot just for one sheep. If you read it just for the literal, that's an awful lot for just one lamb, nowadays with industrial farms and all that kind of thing, they would say, okay, 1% loss is no big deal, you know? But this parable is nothing. The errant should be transformed. So this great rejoicing in the spiritual realm, when we transform that, when the stray sheep is brought back into the fold. So it's a good lesson, no matter how uncomfortable it made me feel, you know, at this situation. It was worth it. Wasn't it worth it that I learned and that I transformed that? The revealing word says that fear is a parasite. Ugh. You know, that just and you know what a parasite does? It feeds off the host and weakens it to such a point that it can kill it. So by following fear, what are you feeding? You're feeding that parasite. You're feeding the consciousness of fear and its physical results on the body. So once again, we can say our affirmation. I look within for guidance and trust it. Again, I look within for guidance and trust it. And now I want to talk a little bit about decisions that we make in fear. Because this is big. So many of us make decisions in fear. And so some of them, I'm afraid to follow what I long for because it's probably too far out of my reach and it'll cost too much. And I'm not talking about a physical thing either here. What will people think of me if I do that? You know, we're afraid to try that. If I don't have enough money, I'll just get halfway done and then it'll, you know, it won't be. So you see how we sabotage our dreams that Kathy was singing about? What if I lose my job? You know, that is very sobering, especially when you buy a house and you've got this big mortgage. You go, what if I lose my job? You know. Don't make a decision based on fear. What if I lose Instagram followers? You know, these people that have over 1 million followers on their Instagram, they are like in prison. They're afraid to do anything for fear that they'll lose their followers. Yikes, yeah. Maybe I should stick to what I've always done in the past. That's a good one. I've always done it, and you know, I'm bored with this, you know, whatever's going on, but you know, I've always done this, so I just guess I'll just keep on. That's a decision made with fear. We betray our true nature when we decide out of fear. What is our true nature? The indwelling Christ consciousness. I had a teacher one time who had me, gave me the instructions that every day, every morning in the mirror, I was to look in the mirror and say, and look at my face and say, the universe affirms and fills all your wants and needs. I did that for years. The universe affirms and fills all your wants and needs. So that I wouldn't be, you know, I don't know why she told me to do it, but I did it, you know. I learned that woman had more power than I did. Oh yeah. So as an elder, I just said it out loud. Isn't that cool? I'm an elder. I'm an elder. I'm owning it. It's great. I'm an elder. So as an elder, I can look back on my life and I can see the path taken and how it was cleared for me to accomplish what was mine to do. Yesterday, my husband Jim and I were talking about this, and so I decided to put it in the talk, because things that I longed for, like when I was in college, well, even to go to college, I wanted to go to college. My parents said no. because we have to send your brother to college, okay? Some of you know, I'm an elder, so I went through these things. And lo and behold, somebody said, I know how you can get a scholarship to a higher university, and gave me a bunch of tests and turned it into a high university. And so my first 2 years at that university, I had a partial scholarship. And I worked in the summertime in a factory, wiring computers and things like that in a factory, and made really good money that way, and was able to pay for my education. And so looking back on it, it was as if I couldn't go to school, somebody intervened. Do you think that was spirit, you know? And then when I was a senior in college, I knew that I wanted to go to graduate school, but I didn't get to. And so I held that dream for 16 years of wanting to go to graduate school. People would say, why do you want to do that? I said, I just really want to go. And I found a teacher just by accident. I loved what he was doing by merging with the environment, mathematical systems, and looking at energy flow in the environment. And I was just like all over it. And I wanted to go, and there was no money. And then one day, I apologize for going into so much detail, but one day this person called from the U.S. Department of the Interior for the National Park Service, and they said, we saw some things that you've written, and we'd like for you to develop teaching modules that we could show in the national parks on energy conservation. That put me through graduate school. Same thing happened when I wanted to go to LUT school. Had to fly out to Kansas City 3 or 4 times a year. And it was very expensive to do that, plus my tuition and all that. And an old boss called me up and said, I really need your help. Jim and I started a mom and pop engineering firm. And that put me through LUT school. And on the day that I passed all my exams, and excuse me, and passed my tests and passed my demonstrations and all, the old boss called me and he said, we're going to have to stop our projects. And it was when we had that, not depression, but a recession. And I said, thank you so much. I wasn't sad. I knew it came. But each and every one of those times, I had to make I noticed there was kind of like a plan, a pattern, that I had to start something first before the rest of it would come in. I had to make a commitment first. I did that. I did that with going to college, with going to graduate school, and with going to LUT school. I made a commitment, and all. By the way, it was really funny. I tried to do it logically when I was deciding to go to graduate school, and I got, those steno tablets that have the line that's down the middle. Everything for going to school and everything against. I had about 25 things about against, and I only had one thing for, and I went. And you can say that was brave, and then the money came, for me to do it, but it was that Jim and I made a deal that the couch that I was going to buy, that I had saved up all my money for to buy a new sofa, I said, that's enough for me to go 1 quarter. And this is 40 years ago. And I just want to go 1 quarter. And so I got in pass the GRE, blah, blah, blah. And so that is what I did. You have to make this. So this is what, as an elder, I can say, that you have to start something. So, in conclusion, I'm offering you an antidote for fear. And you may want to write this down, but it's easy to remember. FEAR. You got it? Feel everything and remember. Feel everything. It's like somebody says, don't feel sad. Well, if you want to feel sad, you can feel it. Feel everything and remember. And what are you going to remember? Remember what you are. You are the indwelling Christ. And so, who you are, and by remembering the truth, then you release the fear. So it should be FEARR, but it's, I have to look at, feel everything and remember and release. It will release by itself, is what I mean. It'll release by itself. So I said at the beginning that this talk is fear not and behold, and I wrote the title of the talk in the middle of the week, and then you know how things morph and they changed and everything. So now I just want to talk to you a little bit about behold. Be transformed. That's what behold is. It's being transformed. It's when you observe, you watch, witness something amazing that transforms you. So you will watch this FEAR process with amazement and be transformed. So when in doubt, know that the decisions made from knowing your true identity are the best. They are the best. That Spirit is always with you, with guidance and love. Always. You are never alone. And then just trust the indwelling Christ. You're held in the light of love and presence of the Most High. Every single one of you. This room is filled with all of your guides and all of those who are looking after you. All of your angels. Know it, experience it, and so it is. Amen. Right. So let's get ready for meditation. You want to do a little chant for us to get ready and do that?
The song. This first verse was written by Karen Drucker and David Roth and Faith Rivera. They were all waiting for a radio interview or something, and each one wrote one line. And then Karen liked it a lot, so she wrote more. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let Spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and true and free. As I continue walking in this mystery, I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. I'm more grateful every moment, every day.
As I breathe, I am calm. As I breathe, I open to the light of spirit. As I breathe, I feel the presence of the Most High. And these things I know. The indwelling Christ is my shepherd, and I shall not want for anything. It makes me lie down in green pastures and leads me beside the still, calm waters of my soul. The indwelling Christ leads me in the paths of righteousness for the sake of it. And even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear nothing. For I know I am not alone. The power of the indwelling Christ comforts me. And prepares a banquet before me in the presence of all of the things that bother me. Even though the indwelling Christ actually anoints my head with oil, and I feel my heart full and running over with love. And I know that goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, for the Lord of my being, the indwelling Christ, dwells within this house of me forever and ever. I am so blessed. And so it is. Amen.
Wow. Thank you, Carla. Are you all having a little trouble fighting your way back into your body like I am?
That's what happens when you make a decision out of fear. I looked at the clock. Okay, so first lesson. So let's just all take a breath and look around and open our eyes. Ha! Just say that, ha. Ha!
Ha! Great. So now it's time to give back from all the blessings that we've received in the form of energy, money. So let's just rub your hands together if you feel like it, get some energy going. Hold your offering virtually or in person, maybe over your heart, and let's say our affirmation of giving and receiving. And let's see if I can do it because it didn't end up on my paper. Divine love, expressing through me, blesses and multiplies
blesses and multiplies
all that I have,
all that I have,
all that I give,
all that I give,
and all that I am.
all that I am.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
So we don't pass the baskets anymore. There's a basket by the door that you can put your offering in. You may have given online already, or you may have already put your gift in those baskets. So we thank you for those tithes and offerings. So Miss Gwen is coming with her virtual children.
Well, of course, they're gators. Well, today we were going to talk about peace, which we'll do next Sunday. But I just wanted to share, I got the book, Let There Be Peace on Earth, and Let It Begin with Me. And I just wanted to read you a little bit before we sing it about how it came to be. Need help? I got it. There we go. I'm an elder too. The song was written by Jill and Cy Miller in 1955. And she woke up one morning with the song running through her head. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. So they began writing the song. And one summer evening in 1955, a group of 180 teenagers of different races and religions, meeting at a workshop high in the California mountains, locked arms, formed a circle, and sang a song of peace. They believed that singing the song with its simple, basic sentiment, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me, would help to create a climate for world peace and understanding. Cy Miller wrote that.
Thank you, Ms. Gwen. So let's continue with our virtual connection of energy and bring to mind and heart a child that you've seen here before and you'll see again, or a child that is in your family, or a child you've seen on the media recently, and add to that energy all the children on the planet of Earth, and let's bless them. So repeat after me, and again, you can rub your hands together and send energy. Children, we love you.
Children, we love you.
We bless you.
We bless you.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
We behold the Christ presence in you,
We feel Christ's presence in you.
and we see you doing wondrous things.
And we see you doing wondrous things.
All together, we love you, we love you, we really, really love you. Mwah. So now let's stand and circle around the room and sing the peace song. And why don't we go ahead and, because we talked about this, let's sing it. Want to sing both songs?
With prayer for protection or the peace song?
Both.
Both, okay, sure. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over